DreAllDay.com. DreAllDay.com. How do you keep going? People ask me often, Dre, how can I keep my energy up or keep my drive going for whatever that I'm working on, especially when things aren't working the way that you want them to be working, or you have a long-term goal that you're working on. And maybe you thought it would be a short-term goal, but because it didn't happen as easy as you thought it was, it becomes a long-term goal. What exactly do you do in these situations? How can you keep going? How can you persevere? How can you stay persistent and consistent in your energy, working through those third days that I talk about all the time? I'm going to tell you 3 things you can do to help yourself keep going always in life and everything that you do. First thing is managing your energy. And I mean literally managing your energy. Things like on a basic level, how much sleep are you getting on a day-to-day basis? I personally can tell, I can feel the difference in my energy when I get a full night of sleep versus when I don't get a full night of sleep. What are you putting in your body? Because we all know, again, you don't have to be a nutritionist or even read a book about food to know that if you put certain foods in your body, it's going to give you energy, and other foods are going to drain your energy, or it might give you a short burst of energy and then you crash. Things like candy or caffeine, things like that. So what are you putting in your body on a consistent basis? What are you doing with your body? Are you exercising on a regular basis? Again, you don't have to be a physical therapist to know that exercise is going to help you have more overall steady energy as opposed to a person who does not exercise. So what are you doing with your body, managing your energy? Also, what are you taking in as far as mentally? What kind of people are you around? How are you feeling about yourself and what you're doing? What are you saying to yourself? What's your internal conversation? All of those things control and have a big say in how your energy is. So the number one thing to help yourself keep going is managing your energy. Second thing you can do to keep going is have a goal. What are you actually going after? It's hard to go after something or to keep going if you don't know where you're going. It's hard to go anywhere if you don't have a map, you don't have a plan, or you don't have directions. Those of you who are old enough to remember, you might remember a time when before we had these smartphones, if you wanted to go somewhere, you were driving somewhere, we had to go on this website called MapQuest, or it was another one, I forget what the other one was called. You would go on these map websites and you would get the directions, and then you would print it out on a piece of paper, and then you'd be driving with the directions in the passenger seat, you in the driver's seat, looking at your directions, trying to measure how far you're going and when the next exit is. That's how it used to be. But people got around. I mean, people survived at that time. Now I think it's a little bit easier with the phones, but the whole point is you had a map. If you're going somewhere, you got to have some directions. Where am I going? How do I get there? What turns do I need to take? If you don't have goals, it's hard to keep going. All right, where are you going? You ain't even going anywhere. You can't start going without a goal. So you have to have a goal in order to keep going. And the third thing you can do is get help in order to keep going in life. Understand that even though my whole thing is work on your game, and I say all the time, we always bring the conversation back to number one, back to yourself, what you can do in a situation. That doesn't mean that you have to do everything. All right, you can get help. You can find other people who know things that you don't know, people who have resources that you don't have. For example, if you're an athlete, most athletes have trainers. Most business people have coaches. People who run companies have assistants, people who work for them. So nobody, even if they're good, no matter how good they are, is doing everything on their own. And as a matter of fact, when you think about it, and if you look deep, you'll find this, the better somebody is, usually the more help they have enlisted to help them do what they do. You look at a guy like LeBron James. Does he have a personal trainer? Of course. Does he have a nutritionist? Yes. Does he have people who help him? He has a family to help him take care of his kids? Of course. Does he have an assistant? Yes. Does he have business managers? Yes. He got a whole bunch of people around him who helps him do the things that he does. So it's not about you doing everything yourself. So how to keep going? 3 things. Number 1, manage your energy. What are you putting in your body? What are you doing with your body? And also, what are you putting in your mind? What are you doing with your mind? Number 2, have a goal. You can't go anywhere if you don't know where you're going. And number 3, get help. You do not need to do everything yourself. Only idiots try to do everything on their own. The problem with trying to do everything by yourself is that you are not good at everything. So if you're trying to do everything, you will fail. So if you want to keep going, these are the 3 things you need to do. And by the way, I didn't announce this yet. I didn't announce it to the world yet, but I'm going to say it on this video because I probably will have announced it by the time this comes out. My new book, The Third Day, The Decision That Separates the Pros from the Amateurs, is coming out on August 3rd. The pre-order is going to drop probably on June the 3rd, so it'll be a 60-day pre-order run-up. You can go and get the intro chapter. I've got a video of me reading the intro chapter, and you can download it if you want. Get that at the link down below. It's thirddaybook.com. Thirddaybook.com. That's where you can download and get the intro chapter of my new book, The Third Day, coming on August 3rd. And again, it's coming on the 3rd day, August. And send me a text. Tell me the best thing you got from this video. My number is 305-384-6894. Numbers down below in the video description as well. Work on your game. Dre all day.